Hi there, it's Michael Ackerman coming to you from Seattle, Washington, where I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Bain. Thanks for tuning into this blog. Today's blog is for all you buyers out there that are thinking about buying a home and are going to be getting financing for your home. And the blog that I'm doing today is the difference between being pre-qualified and being pre-approved for your mortgage. These terms are thrown around a lot, and sometimes lenders will explain to you the difference, sometimes they won't. I'm going to explain to you the difference so you'll know what to do. Seattle is a very overheated market. It's a seller's market. There's lots of people moving to Seattle, lots of people wanting to buy homes, not as many sellers wanting to sell their homes. So it's gotten very competitive for buyers. When a seller puts their home on the market, they're often getting 2, 5, 10, 20 offers on their home. So the seller is looking to see who the most qualified buyer is. Obviously, if a buyer can pay cash, that's going to be the shortest line from A to B for the seller. If you are getting a loan, you want to make sure that you're fully pre-approved and that your real estate broker or agent who you're working with can explain to the seller that you've already documented everything. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. When you decide who you're going to use as a mortgage lender, and you should interview a couple different ones, decide before you start the home hunting process. And before you start the home hunting process, you absolutely want to get approved, because once you find that home, things are going to move very quickly. So you've decided on your real estate agent, you've decided on your lender. What do? When you've talked to the lender the first time when you're interviewing them, they'll ask you a series of questions. How much do you make? How much do you owe? What are your monthly payments? Do you have student debt loan? They're going to be qualifying you or pre-qualifying you based on a telephone conversation on how much money you can qualify to borrow with that bank. Pre-qualification is fine, but in this market, you definitely want to be pre-approved. So talking on the phone to the lender, they'll ask you questions. They'll say you can afford up to this much. That means that you've been pre-qualified. Based on just verbal information, they're saying, we think we can approve you for this much. When you decide on the lender, you then want to turn in a formal application and find out from them what documentation they're going to need. And this usually consists of the last 2 years of W-2s, the last 2 bank statements, last 2 investment statements. They'll give you a list, and the list, just so you know, is a lot longer than it used to be. It's not you, it's everybody. But they'll want you to turn all that in so that they can document it with their underwriter at the bank, that the information you gave them on the phone and on your application is accurate. Once they have all that and they can document it, then they'll generate what's called a pre-approval letter. This letter means that the lender has gotten your application, you've made formal application, they've checked your credit score, and they've documented all of your paperwork. That is all a lender can do, and that's the most they can do to prepare you, a buyer, to be in the best situation you can be in when you make an offer on a home. Whenever I help buyers myself, I never even write an offer until they are fully approved, which again means to have turned in all the documentation and I get the green light from the lender saying they're good to go. Now, there are a lot of different lenders out in the market. I'll just give you a little word of warning. A lot of lenders you may talk to on the phone and they'll say, yeah, you're approved. You're not really approved. That's kind of a catchphrase that some lenders use. You're pre-qualified, you're pre-approved once you turn in all your documentation and they have okayed it. So I just wanted to give you the difference on that. Again, it's a really good idea to do this up front, because once you start the house hunting process, if you already have your financing in place, you can enjoy the fun part of going out and hunting for your new home. If you don't, you're going to find your new home. You may have 2 days before the seller's looking at offers. You're going to be like a cat with its hair on fire trying to turn in all your stuff in your documentation. It's not a good place to be. So if you go through the real estate home buying process in a organized fashion, it will make it a lot less stressful and a lot more fun. So do your financing up front and get pre-approved. Again, this is Michael Ackerman with Coldwell Banker Bain. Thanks again. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this blog. Thanks.